Hello, my amazing friend. Welcome to this powerful story on our channel, where we learn English through the real journeys of extraordinary people. Today, you are about to hear the incredible story of a man who changed the world, not with magic, but with his mind, his hands, and unstoppable determination. This is the story of Thomas Edison, the boy who was once called a failure, the man who refused to give up, and the inventor who gave light to the world. In this emotional journey, you'll not only improve your English, you'll also discover the lessons of hard work, courage, and the fire of belief. Get ready to feel inspired. Because this is not just a story about a light bulb. It's the story of how one man lit up the world. Thomas Edison was not born into success. He didn't have famous parents or a luxurious home. He was born in 1847 in a small town in Ohio, USA. His family was poor. He was the youngest of 7 children. From the beginning, Thomas was different. He asked too many questions. He took things apart just to see how they worked. His teachers didn't understand him. They called him slow. After only 3 months in school, his teacher wrote a letter and sent him home. His mother, Nancy Edison, read the letter with tears in her eyes. But she didn't show sadness to her son. She smiled and said, "Thomas, the school says you are too smart for them. From now on, I will teach you at home." What the letter really said was that Thomas was mentally ill and unfit for school. But his mother believed in him, and that belief changed everything. At home, Edison was free to learn in his own way. He read books about science, chemistry, and electricity. He performed experiments in the basement. He built his own lab using simple tools. The world was his classroom, and curiosity was his greatest teacher. By age 12, he started working to support his family. He got a job selling newspapers and candy on a train. But even there, Edison turned work into learning. In the baggage car, he set up a small lab and printing press. He printed a newspaper called the Grand Trunk Herald. He also did experiments with chemicals, until one day an explosion started a fire. The angry conductor threw Edison off the train and destroyed his equipment. Edison was heartbroken, but not defeated. He simply moved on. He kept working as a telegraph operator and continued to read about electricity. Every mistake was a lesson. Every failure made him stronger. He taught himself Morse code. He began inventing improvements for telegraph machines. His ideas were practical and smart. At 22 years old, Edison received his first patent for an electric vote recorder. Nobody wanted to use it, but he didn't stop. Instead, he built more inventions, a better stock ticker, a more advanced telegraph, and devices that solved real problems. With his earnings, Edison opened his own laboratory in Menlo Park, New Jersey. It was not just a lab. It was the world's first invention factory. He hired scientists, engineers, and workers. They tested ideas every single day. It was here that Edison decided to solve the greatest challenge of his time, creating a reliable electric light. People had tried before. They made light bulbs, but they never lasted. They burned out quickly. They were dangerous. They were expensive. Edison believed he could do better. He believed he could create a light bulb that was safe, cheap, and long-lasting. He worked day and night. He and his team tested thousands of materials to find the perfect filament. They tried paper, bamboo, hair, cotton, metal wires. Nothing worked for long. But Edison didn't stop. People laughed at him. Investors grew impatient. Reporters called him a dreamer. Still, he kept going. He once said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work. Then one day, in October 1879, the impossible happened. A carbonized bamboo filament glowed inside the bulb, and it kept glowing. Not for seconds, not for minutes, but for 13 hours, then 14, then 15. Edison had done it. He had created the first practical, long-lasting electric light bulb. News spread like fire. People gathered outside his lab. Crowds cheered. The world was ready for a new kind of light. But Edison knew the light bulb was just the beginning. It wouldn't matter if people couldn't use it in their homes. So he went further. He designed electric switches. He built meters. He created wiring systems. He even built the first electric power station in New York City. On September 4th, 1882, at 3 p.m., he flipped the switch, and for the first time in history, a city block was powered by electricity. The lights came on, and the world was never the same again. Now homes could shine at night. Factories could work longer. Streets became safer. Life became easier. Edison had not just invented a bulb, he had invented a system that could light up the planet. But his story didn't stop there. Edison went on to invent the phonograph, the first device to record and play sound. When people heard music coming from a machine for the first time, they were amazed. Some even cried. It was like hearing magic. He called it his favorite invention. Next, he turned his mind to motion pictures. He helped develop early movie cameras and projectors. Thanks to Edison, people could not only hear sound, they could see movement. He helped create the film industry. In fact, the first movie studio in history was built by Edison. He called it the Black Maria. But not everything was success. Edison made mistakes. He fought legal battles. He argued with other inventors, especially Nikola Tesla. Edison supported direct current DC electricity. Tesla believed in alternating current AC. The two competed in what became known as the War of Currents. Edison tried to prove that AC was dangerous. But in the end, AC became the global standard. Even so, Edison's DC systems remained in use, and his contributions to the world of energy, sound, and light remained unmatched. He once said, "Many of life's failures are people who did not realize how close they were to success when they gave up." Edison's real genius wasn't just in inventions, it was in persistence. He failed more than anyone else, but he never stopped. He didn't wait for perfect moments. He created them. He didn't fear mistakes. He studied them. He believed that hard work, more than talent, was the key to greatness. In his lifetime, Thomas Edison received 1,093 patents, more than any other person in his time. He changed music, he changed movies, he changed business. But most of all, he changed how we live. Even today, every time you turn on a light, listen to a recording, or watch a film, a part of Edison's dream is alive. Thomas Edison passed away on October 18, 1931, at the age of 84. He had lived a full life, one of purpose, invention, and imagination. To honor him, cities across America turned off their lights for 1 minute. The world stood in respectful silence. 1 minute of darkness, to remember the man who gave us light. His story is not just history, it's a lesson. It teaches us that no dream is too big, no failure is final, and no one is too ordinary to change the world. So, my friend, what can we learn from Thomas Edison as we learn English? We learn that progress takes time, that practice brings results, that if you fail today, it's only a step toward success tomorrow. When you study English, Speak like Edison worked, with courage, with patience, with love for learning. And if someone tells you that you're too slow, too different, not good enough, remember Edison. Remember the boy who couldn't stay in school, but still managed to light up the whole world. Thank you, my friend, for staying with this story. You have not only learned English, you have felt something deeper, the power of human will, the light of persistence. The true story of Thomas Edison will remind us all that even in our darkest hours, we can shine.